Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Sunday, July 10th, 2022. As the markets come back online, as the Globex session opens, the equity indexes are a bit lower. Nothing too severe, nothing too little. With the NASDAQ down 44.5. Now, I have always been discussing that I often and most of the time will be running two parallel counts for the current moves. And what I've now brought in for this week is the count that basically puts the minor third back where I had labeled as minor one. But that is a count that carries a much steeper, stronger decline on the verge of kicking in. And what I'm now shuffling with it is the count that also shows that we probably will get a little bit more of a bounce, but then a sudden turn lower, but not as deep as what the other count would show. So again, it's not necessarily the near-term action should be exactly the same. It's what that result will be, how deep, how strong it'll drop. Either way, we will be catching those moves. It's just the intensity of the decline and what it does on an Elliott basis. So let's dive right in. On a daily chart, I continue to label the intermediate degree ABC coming off. Remember, what we've got going on is a larger series of ABC declines as this larger supercycle wave 4 correction unfolds. So that means we get an ABC on the intermediate degree, an ABC at the primary degree, an ABC at the cycle degree. And so right now we remain within the first series on that intermediate degree, and we're in the C wave. Previously, I had labeled this as minor wave 1, which in all honesty, it can still be. What does not go in its favor of being minor wave 1 is the fact that this is a decent ABC, but it's as a wave 2, I would be expecting it to easily have gotten itself back up to 13,000. And it still may. That's the other side of that coin. It still may, but it doesn't seem to be really projecting out that kind of strength right now. We can get it during the week, who knows? But right now, it doesn't appear. But for wave 4, if it got up to the 50, maybe to 12,545, perfect. Comes in as a wave 4, fulfills its destiny in terms of Elliott and Fibonacci, and then turns and goes lower. It just is not going to drop as deep. We'd be looking for a 5th wave down, a minor 5th wave, not a minor 3rd, but a minor 5th wave. And that likely would project to 0.382. Now, quickly, I want to go over this. When I go out to my monthly max chart, I'm going back to October of 2002, which is where the .com bust bottomed. And from that level, that was cycle wave 4. And this whole rally from that level, 2002 up to 2022, produced a 20-year massive, beautiful cycle 5 rally. So this is how we're coming off. If I'm just taking the fibs on there, that's where they are. So right now, I am projecting that the intermediate degree ABC could bottom and finish at this, let me pull this up a little bit, 382 level, which is 10,670. And that level then goes down to 10,500, just because it's a nice big round number. And then NASDAQ tends to overshoot. Now, if that is the case, and we get all the way up to here and then turn, that gives us plenty of room to drop, and it's a decent 5, and we would be looking for 5 down, and it should come pretty quickly. Something to this effect would be great. But I think first, we got to go up and we got to finish this C wave. Coming down to the hourly chart, we still have the A, we have the B. Now, this remains not the prettiest of charts, but I could take it out and just take a look at the closes, and it's still, it's much cleaner. This is not all that much cleaner. So this remains, I would say 1, A, B, C, 2, if anything, or this is 2, and this is 1, and this is 2, and the, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, whatever this count is, it's all extended, and it remains. I will work out 5, whether this is 1 and this is ABC 2, or this is 1 and this is 2, and this ends up being a sub of 3, so it's 1 of 3, 2 of 3, but this really was 5 down, so it becomes more complex. So I leave it 1, 2, and I believe that this would be 3, 4, and this is 5. And if that is 5 all we get, then I'm telling you right off the bat, I will consider it a failure. I will consider wave 4 a failure. And all that really tells us, folks, is that not only is that the move's over, but the whole tone of the market will change. There will be a reason to stop buying and turn and hightail it out of that area, because it will no longer be the value area. And so we'll see that happen, because we'll just see the price action will just boom. It will go to where they perceive the next value area will be. And that is obtainable via the moving averages, via just how we get a value area high and low and how that moves and percent, all kinds of calculations. But for this type, I go to that closing basis. And so this would have to hightail it, turn it, and go back up. But if it doesn't, it failed to take out that high. It failed to get to at least 12,289. And the pressure is coming in, of course, from the sell side. Right now, no, we're not feeling that pressure, which is why I tend to keep believing that we'll turn and we'll go and we will fulfill this count by getting up to like 12,545-ish, and then drop in a C wave. And that, I think, could take us the whole week, actually, or part of the week. Depends just on what gets dropped onto the market. We do have, by the way, if I look very quickly so that everyone's aware, we do have the CPI on Wednesday, retail sales on Friday, PPI on Thursday, along with jobless claims. So it will be a busy second half of the week. So if we were to rise until Wednesday, but CPI or whatever upsets the market and gets us going on this fifth wave down, and that carries us through the expiration, then yeah, that works too. But that we still might get a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday type of a rally. I'm hoping at least we get above that 262 number and then begin to drop. But I am still going to continue to look for that. And for both sides right now, a break, folks, it still carries the same message. If we start to break down, we're going to notice it because it's going to start to break below the 20, the hourly 20, which is right now sitting hidden under there at 102. Then we have the 50 at 12,024. Then we have the 200 EMA at 11,823 and the 200 SMA at 11,755. If we get high tails through that, it's pretty much giving us a signal that this ABC is done and we now have reason to sell. And since value areas are going to drop very quickly because the moving averages will carry it, and then we'll start to break. Now, the move itself easily should be breaking 11,351. If indeed it is that minor fifth wave, it's going to be breaking below 11,068 as it heads towards here. Before it gets too far, once I can confirm that that is ending in a failure or it's fulfilled the count, I can put in the fibs, the extensions, 3 up to the high of 4, and that'll give us then we'll have Fibonacci's for that fifth wave down. All right, I'm going to finish it there tomorrow. I am looking for continued upside. We'll keep our eye on the ball. We'll keep our eye on what's going on. We have our levels. We know what needs to break to the downside, and then what should happen if that occurs. All right, next update, Monday, the 11th.